Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix, and I'm here to share my latest journal. This one is called Deep Blue Sea, and I forgot the number that goes with it, but we will see the copyright date. It will be the copyright date on the inside here. So let's take a look at what we have. This is a ribbon with various flowers and some turquoise colored grapes, and I thought it went well with the cover here. This is a piece of ephemera, just double-sided ephemera. It's got a belly band and some cards in here, some tags inside, and a little pocket here with some little things in it. This is a piece of a necklace, I think it was. I made this, I think, on camera like a couple of years ago. But anyway, that's the decoration for the front. This is an original cover. The only thing I've done to it is put ink on it to bring out the color, and I have put just a light layer of wax, and that's the only thing that I have done to the cover. Now, one thing that I've done different with this one that I haven't done with others is I've left pages on the inside. So the inside, a few pages is just like it came. So inside we have a belly band in the front. It is a vintage postcard, but it's never been mailed, obviously. And then this is a digital. I did it from, actually it goes this way, from a vintage document. It had a book, like an ID thing, like this book belongs to, and I just covered it with a piece of this yellow scrapbook paper. And then here, it's a little tight, obviously. Here I used just a little bit of the fabric. I used a lot of fabric and tea bags and scrapbook paper to strengthen the spines throughout, because this book is made from a lot of the original pages and they are somewhat fragile. So I just did a lot of reinforcing, made some faux vintage tape and used some of that as well. So here I have a couple of pieces of that with just this tiny little picture here as a little journaling spot. This is from a book, an artist book, and you'll see several pages from that in here. I left these pages as is. They can be written on, but this is where the actual book that I made begins. So I have a pocket here with paper. I have a vintage postcard. This is original, although I can't give you a date, but there is a stamp there that you could kind of go by if you could, figure out exactly what it says. But we got California here. So that goes in there. And there's something different about this journal than anything I've ever made before, and you'll see it here shortly. This is just a piece of ephemera I made. It's got envelope in the center of every signature. Now, when I bought this book, it didn't have a spine, so I had to create one. And in my taking the book apart, I realized that the reason this book had never made it to the public eye, I don't think, was that in the printing and the cutting process, they print everything and then they cut. Every third set of pages had not been cut. So when I pulled it, took the strings out for the signature and pulled it apart, I had this concertina of pages. So I thought, you know what, that's a really good idea. So I left some. And so there's 3 of these, I think, in here. And so here's just a little corner pocket. Here's a pocket. And then I did these little corner pockets here. There is a pocket in here. And then I did I covered up the print, and this is just made with an old advertisement. I did those, I don't know, a while back. Just it's one day that it's like I've had these little advertisements for so long, I want to do something with them. So that's what these are here. And then here's an old one on the back. I cut out that little girl and put it on this paper background, a pocket with a couple little just little journaling cards. This is a napkin that's been decoupaged onto a piece of cotton fabric with the writing space using a blank page from the original book here. So we just keep going. Here is you can see here where I've used a tea bag down through here. I love that. I will be doing that from now on. Instead of using paper like this, using my used tea bags and ripping them into strips. If I need to reinforce pages or do edges, I'll be using a tea bag from now on. I love how it looks, and it reinforces very well. So here's a couple of tags, another envelope. I did just a few little plain ones with the scrapbook paper I had left over from the envelopes. So that's what's here. There's a few pages, image pages from the book that I left in the signature that they were in. And then here's just some small journaling cards in a up tuck. And then we have here, this has a tea bag, this has a music page. One here. And then we're to the second signature, another belly band. Here is, this is another digital that I did. This is just regular copy paper that I coffee dyed. And then another faux vintage document here. And that goes in there, and there. And there is, this is an original page. This is the preface page, I believe. And so that I left that date there. And then I thought that little image was cute, so I just put it on the bottom. It's not a pocket, it just sits there. And then I've got the table of contents here. And then another little tuck spot on this side of the envelope. So the name of this book was The Toilers of the Sea. And then I made an upper tuck here and a corner pocket here, another faux vintage document, and then a page out of the artist's book. You'll see a bunch of those, or probably have seen a bunch of those. These I got out of a magazine, and it was one image like this. So I cut it in two before I thought about what I was going to do with it. And so they're here just as my little tuck spot. It might not be tight enough, so I might have to tighten that up a little. And then this is a score pad from a bridge game. And the end of that signature. This is a napkin decoupaged onto a piece of paper, but I don't remember what kind of paper. No, it's fabric also. And so I created a pocket with it, and in this pocket is an envelope. And further on you'll see what these are. I put this in here just in case somebody wanted to use it as an envelope or write on it, whatever. But it's in there like that. More writing space. The next envelope. And some more little up tucks. And then with the scrapbook left over, scrapbook paper left over, I did this little concertina thing and just put this little thing on it, and I just have it right in here. And then also in here is another one of those artist pages. Oh, I'm about to forget. This one comes out. So you have another concertina page. And then here is a whole little stack. And I kind of took the colors of the dark blue and the yellow and just found ones that kind of went with that, and so they're tucked in here. And here's another image from the book. Here's a little note card thing that I made, and this is another from the artist's book. And this, I don't remember what this was or where it came from, but anyway, it's like a map. And then this is a piece of just fancy paper, a little picture. And a little piece of music paper stuffed in there. And here's some more. This is, I think this is origami paper maybe. Anyway, I took some pages, this one and one other from the book, and put it on, backed it onto a music paper, and so made a tuck out of that. And here I did the same thing. And then another journaling card from, she has the blue and gold. This is also a pocket. This was like a giant piece of map of France and some of the other countries and regions around. I don't have anything in it, but it is a pocket. Here's just a little tag I made. This is a pocket. This is a little tuck spot, belly band thing. And then I just used a rusty paper clip and put that little image right there. And then here is two of the Currier and Ives cards from that envelope you saw earlier. And then here's the other two. I like this one. And then in this is a vintage envelope that I got with some stuff, I think from either, I don't remember if it was from an antique store or a thrift store, but I've had both of these for a long time. This one, I cannot read what it says, but it does have 1948, and it has, I think it's Switzerland, but honestly I couldn't tell you, but I think that's what it might be. And then this is also the blue and yellow, and this, if I can get it turned right, this has this really beautiful graphic on the back. So these are original vintage items, maybe even antique, and so that just lives right in here. And then I put these right on top very carefully. And so here is the writing paper at the end, and then here is just a little tuck pocket like that I made with just a little some writing space. The pictures that I had that you've seen earlier in the book, I just did like a just glued a bunch together and made like a tuck, or almost like a belly band really. And then I created this little tag to go in it. It's nothing fancy, just some of the scrapbook paper I had left over from making the envelopes. And so it just has some writing paper in there. So that's it. You know what? I think I missed finding the copyright page. I might have, I started to say I might have covered it up, but I don't think I covered it up in the sense that you can't see it, but I think I just missed it. If not, I will have to go back and find it, and I will put it in the description, the number, but I could have sworn I had it here, but it's not looking like it at the moment, is it? No, it's not. I did write it down somewhere, but for the life of me, I don't know what I did with it. And if I was to go rummaging for it, it would make so much noise. So I will put that in the description, or it will be the title, actually, what the year is. So, thank you all very much for watching, and thank you for looking at this old book. I think it's 1902. That's going to bother me until I find it. Anyway, thank you all very much. See you soon. Guess what? I found it. I'm calling this The Deep Blue Sea. The original book was The Toilers of the Sea, and it was 1866. I missed it by what, 36 years? Anyway, so the name of this is The Deep Blue Sea, 1866. Thank you for watching.